Hi everyone, I hope you're all well. I'm using the Rider-Waite Tarot for our reading today. I'll choose 3 cards, take some from the base of the pack, and I'll choose one from Anna Stark's pack as well, and the Mystical Healing deck as well for some extra guidance. So I'm asking for a message for the highest and greatest good for the collective or anyone who views this video. We're on the Arcturian Gateway today and it peaks, so it is to really meditate and draw that energy in, breathing it in through our crown, taking it through our minds and allowing our minds to fill with light, to fill with Christ consciousness, and breathing it down through our body into each and every chakra, into every cell of our bodies, and allowing anything that is no longer serving us, anything that is causing some discomfort in our lives, to just melt away. And we're moving through this portal, and the portal is the eclipse portal. So we had the solar eclipse in Libra, the new moon. So we started to move through this portal of the eclipse, which ends on the 28th of October in Taurus, the full moon. So as we're moving through this portal, and a portal is a vortex of energy that we step into, and as we're moving through this vortex of energy, there is some purging occurring, and we'll come out the other end changed in some way. We have the south nodes, so Libra in the south nodes, and the sun is conjunct the south nodes today. So Libra in the south nodes, opposing, squaring Pluto. So Pluto is moving direct, very slowly, and is opposing the south nodes in Libra. So Libra is all around fairness and balance and justice. It's also around war and peace. And as we look into our outside world, it's very evident there is lots of war. So this energy is building and intensifying as Pluto is facing the south nodes in Libra, and he's asking us, we can see the evidence of the world, the war in our world, but where are we at war? With people around us, with a situation, with ourselves. So this energy is building, and Pluto is bringing up, we may have had past life memory in a war zone, and it's bringing up the fear. We may be projecting it onto something else in our lives, but that cellular memory, those past life memories, may be coming to the surface, so that we are in a place of fear. Fear within a relationship, in our career, wherever it may be. Fear with what's going on in the world, of not knowing what the future is. So this scariness, this fear is being invoked. And as a collective, also there is the energy of fear and war and conflict. So during these times, whatever we are facing, whatever is our worst fear may be presenting itself to us, And we can go into battle with ourselves because we're not standing in our greatest potential. We may have come out of alignment, or we perceive we've come out of alignment. But it's okay to feel these feelings. It's okay to feel the uncertainty of anything. Sometimes we put too much pressure on ourselves to be our truest and greatest potential, because we all have that vision. But as we're moving through this vortex of purging energy, memory coming up from past lifetimes, coming up for our awareness, stepping into all those feelings, maybe going into battle with ourselves because we feel that we shouldn't be having these emotions and having these situations that are occurring in our lives. But we're all going through this together on some level. Some may not. Some may be breezing through this time. Some may be finding it really challenging and scary. Whatever we may be facing, because those tower moments have come and things are falling away and dissolving. So during this time, it is being gentle with ourselves, allowing these emotions, these fears to rise, not to project them out into the world. And the angels are coming through, and Mercury was conjunct in the solar eclipse and is playing a part as well in the lunar eclipse. So it's giving us the opportunity to speak these fears out of us. Any anxieties, anything that we have suppressed down and pushed down, speaking them and bringing them through us. Could be in talk therapy with a therapist, with a trusted friend, or to ourselves. There may be some words there that we've never spoke out loud, but need to be said and brought up. So walking through nature, speaking there, creating a sacred space in our home and talking to her and speaking those words out there. It can be difficult if we have a family and a lot of people moving around in the home. But there are spaces and places to go outside and to really just let these words out of our system. And we can call on the Arcturians, that energy is absorbing into our energy field and into our bodies. We can call on the Arcturians and sit in that blue column of light and speak all our fears. Get them out of our system. We've held them for lifetimes. Especially if we're at war with ourselves. If there's something about ourselves that we don't like and we're going into war with ourselves. So whatever it may be, this is a time of speaking. Mercury's there, the communication planet, is guiding us and helping us and assisting us to listen to the communication in our subconscious. Because our subconscious consciously, our subconscious constantly is moving through us. These assumptions that we have, subconscious assumptions, they externalize out of us, and so that others see us consciously through our subconscious assumptions. So what how others see us is how we presume we'll be seen through our own subconscious, if that's making sense, which is a huge thing. So we're at battle with ourselves during this time, we may be, and that's okay. That is okay. Sometimes things in life are so uncertain that we find ourselves in a place of maybe some anxiety and facing our worst fears. And we will go into these times and we'll move out of them. But each time we move into them, we will find something. We will find some treasure. We will find some wisdom. We will receive some healing when we are aware. Our moods are constantly moving through us, and we will project our mood on the people around us. And that can cause conflict, but the conflict is within ourselves, this mood that is building within us. If we are stressed, or if we are in some type of impatience and we are rushing and someone is taking the time and we are frustrated with that person, then they take that on as them not being good at what they do, that they are in some way not performing as they should. So these moods, these subconscious energies that we have running, these assumptions that we have running, go out into our world and create our reality. So Pluto is opposing Libra, asking us and showing us our karmic cycle, what's time to go now, so that we can transcend and transform into the I am, which is Aries in the North Node. So there's huge energy, and our subconscious patterns are coming to the forefront, and we can be projecting them all around us, because that's what we will believe. They're our subconscious. It's a subconscious. When we start to awaken consciously and start to see those patterns of war within ourselves, and we have gone through wartime in our lifetimes, in our past lives. And each soul that goes into war with another, it could be a country, it could be a person. If one soul hurts another, ends a life, then that soul will come and the same karmic cycle will happen until one soul looks into another and says, I can't do this, I cannot hurt you. And that's the karma cycle broken. So we're moving through this time of deep karmic cleansings to really be gentle with ourselves and others, to not go at war with anyone, to not go into conflict with anybody else's way of doing things, because that's coming from our subconscious, an assumption. So when we start to see this, we can start to break free from it. We can start to move into that limitless expansion of the higher dimension, breaking free from those subconscious programs that are running, causing havoc within our bodies, within our lives, within the world. To really hold peace in our hearts and in our minds, to find that peace within. Because if we don't have peace within, if we've got conflicting thoughts going on, if we don't like ourselves, we'll never find peace on earth. We'll never allow anyone to love us. So during this time of this eclipse, and we're moving through this time of war and peace, it's a choice. And each time we choose peace, we're allowing an old paradigm to dissolve. Every time we come from a place of compassion instead of frustration, an old paradigm is collapsing for us and the person that we're getting frustrated with. Things are falling away. There is a separation occurring, a separation of love and war. It's a choice. And as we're in this time of, it's unthinkable what is occurring, to send out love, to send out light, especially with the Arcturians, the galactics around us. And I do feel this eclipse is very galactic, sending the light there into every area of our lives that there is shadow, that there is some uncomfortableness, some disharmony, whatever it may be. Sending light there without interfering with the light. Allow it just to flow through us and into those areas within our lives, within the world, without having any expectation or guidance of how that light is to heal. This is a light that's far more divinely intelligent than we could ever perceive. So as we open up and become portals, as we're moving through this portal, this vortex of energy, and we open ourselves up to become a portal of divine light, of Christed light that is flowing to earth. So to take our attention away and look at the war we are adding to that energy, and that is not to say we don't pray. We pray, we send love, we send light. But the moment we start to feel the fear, this is past life memory coming up, to really realize that I'm feeling this, it's within me. And as I alchemize it within me, we stop then entangling with what is going on in the conflicts. Just sending the pureness of light there. So there's a huge energy, and we're all moving through it. And sometimes when we're going through these times where we're seeing things and hearing things, and there is conflict and uncertainty, we can get a little bit lost and out of alignment. But that's a blessing. It's showing us what we're still holding on to from our past lives, from our past life memory. And so we can do the healing. We can call in the divine to bring healing through. So wherever you're finding yourself in this eclipse energy, know that you're not alone. We're all traveling through it together. Know that we will all come out the other side changed, and changed in a way that something is going to leave us. Old cycles are closing out because they're too heavy. They're too heavy and too uncomfortable to take any further on our journey. And so we're opening up, anchoring this beautiful light in to the heart of Mother Earth, as Mother Earth is going through her ascension, and this is the light from the Arcturians coming in, and we're grounding it into the heart of Mother Earth. So she is receiving those messages from the Arcturians, from the Christ consciousness, from the galactic core. The energy is coming through us and going into the heart of Mother Earth with the pureness of love. So wherever you're finding yourself in this, I'm sending so much love. So I'm asking for a message. The highest and greatest good for the collective, for anyone who views this video. We have one, or two fell out. The Four of Cups, the Five of Wands, two here, the Ten of Wands, and then the Ace of Cups. Okay, so the Four of Cups, he is sat there, you can see, under that tree, and the hand of God is gifting him a cup, but he's closed off. He's not seeing it, he's not feeling it. This is a card where we're not feeling right, and this is what the messages that have been coming through. There's some of our subconscious cycles, programs coming up to the surface to be seen and to be acknowledged. But when this is happening, we can get lost into those old beliefs, those old emotions that come to the surface. We can be feeling anxious because if we have any fears, we will be feeling and facing them at this time. But we have the hand of God there coming through with a gift, in all this, in all these changes that we are going through with the cosmos, with the eclipses, the solstices, and I know since the solstice there's been a lot of big energy that has invoked old stuff. Could be grief, it could be the anxieties, it could be feelings within of our health, it could be anything that's been being brought up, and we are sat and we are focusing on what's not right. We are focusing on maybe regret, maybe we have had relationships in the past and we have regrets there. To really look at these feelings, because they're being invoked for us to see them and feel them, not to suppress them, to speak about them during this time, to get them out. There's an energy moving through us of this that is wanting to shift through us during this eclipse season. And however you speak it, it doesn't matter. It's not about over analysing it. It's not even being aware of the words that come out. It's just letting them all come out. And if they come out all jumbled, that's fine. It's just getting that energy out, because we've suppressed things so deep down. And Pluto squaring the South Node in Libra is activating the uncomfortableness, the eclipse, the purging, the moving through. So whatever you're feeling of this is not a good feeling. It can be one of boredom, it can be one of things not moving as fast as we would have expected. It could be feeling stuck, but the hand of God's there. We just have to see it. We come into alignment, ground ourselves out in nature. The Five of Wands, conflict, which is the messages that are coming through. We don't have to look far to see it, and to go within and find out where we're at conflict with ourselves, where we're at conflict with people close to us. When there is conflict, one person wants to be right. Two people in conflict, maybe a group of people, maybe a country. Two people in conflict. So one person will shout louder and louder and louder to be heard, and will look for people taking sides. But if people don't take our side, it doesn't feel right. It causes a huge rift, a huge separation. So there's this push and pull energy of maybe some kind of needing to be right, needing to be heard, but we're not being heard. This energy is coming up. And then we have the Ten of Wands, and this energy is heavy. It's heavy. When we tap into it, it feels heavy. It could be any kind of disagreement that we may have going on. But when we go into it, maybe it's a long-standing disagreement that we've got used to, because this is the relationship, this is the dynamics of this relationship or this situation. So we're just used to it. We're used to being pressurized, and we're being assisted in relieving it, letting go of it. It seems so real, but it's a program that's been playing out. And as we are moving forward into the Ace of Cups, so this energy is on its way out as we're moving through this eclipse. We have the Ace of Cups. So there we started with this. And this is the outcome. We actually receive it. We accept it. We open up into a consciousness, a higher consciousness. We have the enlightenment where we've had conflict and we've worked through it. We have a space that fills with enlightenment, and this is a gift coming from God, coming from Spirit, opening up to love. So when we let go of the conflict, we love more. Two things can't fit in one place. So if we have conflict going on within us, we can't love. And if we have a mood that the angels, if we have a mood, if we're in a mood, if we are angry about something, if we are feeling overburdened, if we are feeling pressurized, we will take that out on the people around us without even realizing. It's a subconscious action. But once we catch ourselves and realize we've got these old programs running within us, and this is a beautiful time of acknowledging them and letting them go and open up to the expansion of love, expansion of our spiritual gifts, expansion of our romance, of love in our lives. Love is such a beautiful feeling. Conflict drains us mentally, emotionally and physically. So during this reading, during this time, during today with the Actuarians, going through this powerful eclipse season, this vortex of energy, being guided by our ancestors, remembering deep wisdom within us, mystical wisdom. And the base of the pack is the Four of Pentacles, the Moon, the Three of Pentacles. So we're being asked, what are we not letting go of? What maybe conflict are we not letting go of? We can't let it go because if we let it go, we feel maybe we give our power away, when actually the conflict's taking our power anyway. The Four of Pentacles, he's holding on there. He's got his feet on two pentacles. He's holding that one, and he has one on his head. it's about flow. It's about forgiving ourselves when we're not feeling at our true potential. When things are a little bit messy in our lives, forgiving ourselves, letting go of striving, just letting everything evolve in its authentic way. We have the moon and the Eight of Swords, and you can see there she feels like she's bound, she's blindfolded, she can't move. Where in our lives do we feel that we can't move, that we're so pressurized? Talk about it, speak it out loud. The moon is here. This is the energy that's bringing up. It's bringing it up so we can release it, so that it's not within us any longer, so we are not going out creating it with our subconscious assumptions. We are free to come in to coming together. We're all going through this. In one way, shape or another. We're all in this energy, in this reality. Whoever's in our reality are there for a reason. And it's to learn, not to go into battle because we're in a mood or something's coming up within us, an old fear that's rising up within us, and it may feel like it's gripping us. No, there's people there. There's people there ready to help. We're not going through this on our own. The Three of Pentacles is people coming together, creating and weaving that new tapestry of a new world with peace, with love, with support. This is people coming in now to assist us, and as Mother Earth is ascending, and she will ascend, there are beings of light coming to Earth to assist us in our ascension. And it is a simple way to our ascension, not to go in battle with ourselves or others, but to see the divine in each other, because we've all been through something different and unique in our lives. We all have something, experiences in our lives that we may not never speak of. So this is a time we've been assisted with this energy to move it through our bodies, to speak it, and as it's spoken, it's transformed. It's emptying our vessel. I'm asking now for a message for the highest and greatest good for the collective, or anyone who views this video. And as always, take what's resonates and just put the rest to one side. There we go. Mindful wisdom. create in a harmony, well, as we create it within us, it resonates all around us. And as our moods, we can project onto others as we can when we're feeling harmonious. That projects out around others as well. And when we're in that place of harmony, people feel it and instantly feel at peace. I'm asking now for a message for the sacred healing. Explore your ancestry. Yeah. Old past life memory coming up. Ancestral memory coming up through our cells, our DNA, being triggered by the unthinkable things that are happening in the world. And to do, as we internalize it within us, we bring in more and more light. And when we are all doing that, we will flood the earth with light. So if we go into our ancestors, our soldiers who were in the army, and all this that's happening around us, it will be triggering us because we hold their cellular memory within us. It will affect us. It will affect our nervous system. Everything that we have been bombarded with will affect our nervous system. So calling in Archangel Raphael in this moment to bring us healing. To bring us healing through every level. Our spiritual, mental, emotional and physical. Soothing away any fears, any past lives, allowing our nervous system to flood with emerald light, calming and soothing. So whatever is coming through us, whatever is triggering us, know that it's coming from way back when. We may be projecting it into the outside world, but it's coming from our past. And create boundaries. Create boundaries, and this is knowing when to not keep turning maybe the news on, seeing the same old. I mean, I don't watch the news, and I don't suppose many of you do, but some people will, and they will watch the same thing over and over and over. And this is where we start creating a boundary that, no, I'm not going to turn on the news. I know what is happening. I don't need to see it. I don't need to put myself in stress and create some PST within myself. So having those boundaries of sitting and praying and leaning away from worry, leaning in to peace. It's there, it's a choice. Not letting our minds, having boundaries, not letting our minds take us on a wild goose chase into everything that could happen in not a nice way. To have those boundaries of, no, I'm taking the steering wheel of my own life and I'm guiding it. And I'm guiding it with peace. And I'm guiding it with love. So creating those boundaries that we're not around that harsh energy. Because we are empaths. We are sensitives. It's going to affect us. It will create post-traumatic stress within us. And so it's to really look after ourselves. And the angels are coming through. Don't forget to talk. Talk to yourselves. Let it all go, whatever is bothering you. Go out into nature where no one is around and speak it out of your system until we come into that beautiful place of peace. So, powerful reading this evening. I'll just take one as well because from the gods, goddesses and angels for some extra guidance. Angel of Soul Love. It's time to look at ourselves and how we value ourselves, to love ourselves. And as we love ourselves, we allow ourselves to be loved by others. If subconsciously we are going into conflict because we are not liking ourselves, we're criticizing ourselves, subconsciously we'll assume other people's actions are because they don't like us, because they don't love us, when actually it's nothing to do with that. That's our subconscious bringing in that soul love, feeling it, allowing this love to penetrate into every cell, and that will bring us into alignment with our soul mates, our soul family. And how this card is blue today with the Arcturians coming through, feeling that love, knowing that we are assisted. So I'm sending so much love and healing to anyone who may need it at this time. This is a wonderful time of connecting with our higher consciousness, our higher mind, using our spiritual gifts, doing our self-healing and our healing for others. Some beautiful messages will come through once you quieten your mind and open up and allow this beautiful channel of higher consciousness to come in and bring in those messages. So I'm sending so much love. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and thank you for listening. God bless. Thank you.